Jack Hermansson thinks he has what it takes to beat Israel Adesanya. Where have we heard this before? So Jack Hermansson really believes that if he can get the fight to the ground with Israel, he can expose Israel's ground game. And you know what? He might be right, but the thing is, you have to be able to get the fight to the ground. And I just don't see Jack Hermansson being able to get his hands on Israel Adesanya. Israel has great distance control. So if Jack Hermansson can't get his hands on Israel, how is he going to expose his ground game? And we don't even know how good Israel's ground game is. Like when we saw him on the ground briefly with Kelvin Gastelum, it looked like he has gotten a lot better there. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. And I think that if we see Israel on the ground more, we would be surprised. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is if Jack Hermansson cannot get his hands on Israel, how is he going to expose his ground game? The question is, can he even get close to him? And I don't believe he can. So right now, I don't think Jack Hermansson has what it takes. And I don't mean to sound mean here because I really like Jack Hermansson. I used to be really high on him. I used to think he might be a middleweight champion, but not anymore because he shoots with reckless abandonment. And if you do that against these elite level strikers like Israel, you'll get your lights put out. And that's what I believe will happen. I believe Jack Hermansson will wake up staring at the ceiling. Now, I believe that Hamzat might be able to do what Jack Hermansson is thinking he can do. And until Hamzat Chimaev, gets through with his middleweight run, really puts together a nice, gets through with his welterweight run and puts together a nice middleweight run, which it looks like he's going to do, we might see these things. But we might not. Israel is really good, and people don't like to accept that. Israel Adesanya, that dude's a star, man. That dude is really good. And so you have to believe that it will be a great fight between him and Chimaev. I think it would. I think Chimaev might be the guy that can really test Israel. And until then, I just think he keeps blowing through these guys. So, maybe Jack can put it together a little more. And if he does, I'd love to see it. Until then, we'll see you next time.